now in the session hall. Shall we all rise?
Good morning, everyone. May we have Pastor Bayan for our invocation.
Magapangamuyo kita. Langit no namon nga amay, madamo gid nga salamat sang imo nga paghatag sa amon sang matahom nga adlaw. Ginbag-o mo ang amon nga kusog, agud makapadayon kami sa pag-alagad sa imo. Pinaagi sa pagserbisyo sining amon pinilangga nga banwa sang Polomolok. Kani amay sini nga aga ginatugyan sa imo ang bugos nga buluhaton. Nagampo kami nga hatagan mo sang kaalam ang matag-isa nga ari subong nga makapanday makapainuino sila sa mga bagay para sa kaayuhan sang amon banwa sang Polomolok. Kabay pa nga magahari ang panaghiusa, bisan pa ang kalinaw, kagkalipay sa tagsa ka mga tagipusoon. Pakamayuha amay nga mangin isa ang tumong sang tanan sa sining adlaw. Kaginitanan, ginapangayo namon sa imo, paagi sa ngalan sa among Ginoong Hesus. Amen.
Thank you very much, Pastor Simplicio Bayan Jr. Our 21st regular session is now called to order. Please remain standing for the pambansang awit.
Mga kababayan, ang pambansang awit ng Pilipinas.
Kayang mag-ibig, elas ng sinangalan, alam ng puso, sa titik mo'y buhay. Lupang hinirang, tuyag ka ng magiting, sa manlulupin, di ka pasisingil, sa nagatang tutok sa simoy at sa langit mong pagaw, ay hinatang tula, kawin sa pagkayang minamahal, ang isang ng matawad mo'y tagumpay na nagkikinig, ang bituin at karon niya kailan, ang ay di magkikinig, luha ng araw ng walhagit pagsinta, mo'y langit sa piling mo. Ang hindi kaya ng pagkay mga amin, ang mamatay ng dahil sa'yo.
For the recitation of the panunumpa sa watawat, we have Honorable Baitus.
Kami anak ng sakot at bato, taglay ang isang dugo ng Pilipino. Iba't ibang tribo, pinanggalingan di hadlang sa pagtaguyod ng matibay na mamamayan. Mula
sagana, bigyan pugay ang bawat lumikha ng tagumpay. Sa hirap at ginhawa kami kaagapan. Polomolok tahanan ng kayamanan, lalong pagyamanin, kultura at karangalan. Hawak kamay, pagtibayin ating katungkulan, ipagpunit isisigaw sa buong sanlibutan. Polomolok tahanan ng manggagawa, polomolok tahanan ng mga bayani, Muslim, katutubo at mga Kristiyano, kabit-bisig sa pag-unlad ang siyang miniliti. Ipagputi bawat tagumpay, taas mo, iwagaybay, Panginoon, tanging kamay, bawat pagtahaw, itong buhay. Polomolok tahanan ng kayamanan, lalong pagyamanin, kultura at karangalan. Hawak kamay, pagtibayin ating katungkulan, ipagpunit isisigaw sa buong sambayanan. Ipagpunit isisigaw sa buong sanlibutan.
For the recitation of the Councilor's Creed, may we have Honorable Falcon. Please take your seats. Good morning, everyone. Please call the roll.
Absent in this morning session is Councilor Lumayag, who is on sick leave. Also absent is Councilor Ante, who is currently having a benchmarking in Davao del Sur and Digo City as part of the respective assigned duties and functions to submit comprehensive benchmarking report detailing observations, shared practices, and actionable recommendations such as the draft policy and guidelines enhancement for Mount Matutum Eco Sports, emergency response protocols, and Polomolok night market management. And this is pursuant to the travel order issued by our municipal mayor dated a series of November 26, 2025. So Councilor Ante is on official business in Davao del Sur.
So with that, we can proceed to our order of business.
For the reading and consideration of our previous minutes, we have 2 minutes under consideration. First is the first special session minutes held at the SB Session Hall on November 21, 2025, followed by the minutes of the 20th regular session held at the SB Session Hall on November 25, 2025.
To the minutes of the previous sessions, if none, the same is approved as presented. Next.
For the privilege hour and the question hour, we have no privilege speech calendar, and nobody did intend to avail of the privilege hour. So we'll proceed to the first reading and referral of proposed measures of communications. Number 1, we have the communication dated November 2025, addressed to this August body through Honorable Florence S. Bansuelo Carlos, Municipal Vice Mayor, the presiding officer. Dear ladies and gentlemen, greetings. In pursuit of strengthening local planning and evidence-based program implementation, the Philippine Statistics Authority, or the PSA, and the LGU of Polomolok have agreed to formalize the turnover of data gathered during the 2024 Census of Population and Community-Based Monitoring System, or CBMS. This initiative is anchored on RA number 10625 and 11315 and PSA Board Resolution number 4 series of 2024, which collectively mandate the secure and strategic use of census and CBMS data for national and local development. In view of the foregoing, the undersigned respectfully requests the honorable members of the Sangguniang Bayan to consider the passage of a resolution authorizing our local executive to enter into a data turnover agreement with the PSA and to sign other documents related thereto. Attached herewith is the proposed data turnover agreement for your review and consideration. Thank you and warm regards. Signed by Honorable Bernie de Palencia, our Municipal Mayor.
Since this is only a turnover agreement, then the same is to be taken as urgent.
Letter B is also a letter from our Municipal Mayor dated December 24, 2025 through the Honorable Vice Mayor, presiding officer. Dear ladies and gentlemen, greetings. In pursuit of strengthening local entrepreneurship and enhancing support for micro, small, and medium enterprises, or MSMES, the Department of Trade and Industry, South Cotabato, or the DTI, and the LGU of Polomolok have agreed to renew and formalize their partnership through a MOA for the continued operation and management of the Negosyo Center in Polomolok. This initiative is anchored on RA 10644, otherwise known as the Go Negosyo Act, and its IRR, which mandate the establishment of negosyo centers in all municipalities to promote inclusive growth and job generation. In view of the foregoing, the undersigned respectful requests the honorable members of the Sangguniang Bayan to consider the passage of a resolution authorizing our local chief executive to enter into a MOA with the Department of Trade and Industry South Cotabato, or DTI, for the continued operation of the Negosyo Center in Polomolok and to sign other documents related thereto. Attached herewith is the proposed MOA for your review and consideration. Thank you and warm regards. Signed, Honorable Bernie de Palencia, our Municipal Mayor.
Unless the committee chair on economic enterprise wanted this to be referred to his committee, then the same is to be taken as urgent in today's session, since this is only a MOA. Next.
Letter C is a letter also coming from our Municipal Mayor dated December 25, 2025, addressed to Honorable Vice Mayor as the presiding officer through all members of the Sangguniang Bayan. Dear Vice Mayor Carlos and honorable members, greetings. In line with our commitment to advance gender equality, protect women's rights and children inclusive governance within our municipality, may I respectfully request the updating of the Gender and Development, or GAD Code of Polomolok, incorporating recent national policies, enhanced guidelines, and new measures responsive to the current needs of our constituents. Several significant laws, executive issuances, and policy frameworks have been introduced in recent years, which are essential to integrate into our local GAD code. These include updated provisions on gender mainstreaming, protection against gender-based violence, strengthened mechanism for women's economic empowerment, expanded rights of children and vulnerable sectors, and the enhanced roles of LGUs in GAD planning and budgeting pursuant to national guidelines. Updating our GAD code will ensure that local GAD programs, services, and mechanisms remain aligned with national standards. Our LGU remains compliant with the mandates of the Philippine Commission on Women and other oversight agencies. New and emerging gender-related concerns in the community are properly addressed, and our municipal systems are equipped to promote inclusivity, safety, and equal opportunities for all. In view of the foregoing, we respectfully request the Sangguniang Bayan to initiate the review and amendment of the current GAD Code of Polomolok and to incorporate the updated policies, laws, and guidelines necessary for the effective implementation. Thank you very much, and we look forward for your favorable action. And this is signed by our municipal mayor.
We'll go to the Committee on Women.
And letter D is also a letter from our municipal mayor addressed to our Honorable Vice Mayor as the presiding officer and to the honorable members of the Sangguniang Bayan. Dear Vice Mayor Carlos and honorable members, greetings. In our continuing effort to strengthen the delivery of social welfare and community services in our municipality, may I respectfully request the creation of one Population Program Officer 2 position under the Office of the Municipal Social Welfare and Development Officer. It may be recalled that the Sangguniang Bayan previously approved an ordinance in 2023 creating the same position. However, the Sangguniang Panlalawigan disapproved said ordinance due to the absence of a budgetary requirement at that time. We are pleased to inform your honorable body that the required budget is now available and properly allocated, making it feasible to reintroduce and implement the creation of the said position. The establishment of this position remains essential to effectively manage and implement various population development and responsible parenthood programs, demographic profiling, community awareness activities, and coordination with the national and local stakeholders. The increasing scope of MSWDO responsibility necessitates additional technical personnel to ensure that the services remain responsive, efficient, and aligned with our development priorities. In view of the foregoing, we earnestly seek the support and favorable action of the Sangguniang Bayan for the passage of a new ordinance creating the Population Program Officer 2, salary grade 15, subject to existing laws, rules, and regulations. Thank you very much. Signed by our municipal mayor.
Committee on Rules.
Next. Next is also a letter from our municipal mayor, also dated November 25, 2025, addressed to the honorable members of the Sangguniang Bayan through the honorable vice mayor, gentlemen and ladies. In view of the planned State of the Municipal Address, or SOMA, of the local chief executive, the undersigned is requesting you to convene and conduct special session on December 19, 2025 at 8:30 a.m. at the Municipal Gymnasium. This special session will be witnessed by our stakeholders, LGU employees, barangay officials, and the public, hoping for your consideration. In public service, signed by our municipal mayor.
Urgent.
Letter F is also a letter from our municipal mayor addressed to this august body through the honorable vice mayor. Gentlemen and ladies, greetings. Respectfully requesting the honorable members of the Sangguniang Bayan for the urgent passage of a resolution or ordinance adopting the Supplemental Annual Investment Plan or AIP number 5 for calendar year 2025 amounting to 20,100,000 pesos. Attached documents, Municipal Development Council minutes of meeting, and also the Municipal Development Council MDC resolution for the Supplemental Annual Investment Plan number 5 for calendar year 2025, signed by our municipal mayor.
Urgent.
Letter G is also a letter from our municipal mayor dated December 1, 2025, addressed to this august body through the honorable vice mayor. Gentlemen and ladies, we are respectfully forwarding herewith a copy of the Local Governance Canvas or LGC 2025 to 2028 together with the MDC minutes of the meeting and the corresponding MDC resolution for the information and appropriate action of the Honorable Sangguniang Bayan. Please take such course of action as may best serve the body. signed by our municipal mayor.
Urgent.
Number 2 is a resolution authored by Councilor Falcon commending and congratulating Miguel Francisco Pamintuan Lapid of Barangay Magsaysay, Polomolok South, Cotabato for bringing honor to the municipality of Polomolok by winning the Best Team Award in the 19th Sitea Cup Robotic Tournament Creative Technology Robotic Competition in Hong Kong last November 23, 2025.
Urgent.
And number 3 is calendar year 2025 General Fund Supplemental Budget number 1 of Barangay Rubber, Siluay 7 and Upper Cleanan.
Finance.
And number 4 is Barangay Ordinance number 30 series of 2025 of Barangay Cannery Site entitled an ordinance providing financial assistance to youth activities during Purok Youth Anniversary of all Puroks in Barangay Cannery Site, Polomolok South, Cotabato, and appropriating funds therefore. And this will be followed also by the ordinance of the same barangay entitled an ordinance granting financial assistance to national level qualifying youth athletes, performers, achievers, and top-notchers of Barangay Cannery Site, Polomolok South, Cotabato, and providing funds therefore. And also, Barangay Ordinance of Barangay Landan, Ordinance number 1, series of 2025, entitled an ordinance providing financial assistance for Purok empowerment in Barangay Landan and allocating funds thereof.
Items 4, 5, and 6 will go to the Committees on Finance and Rules, the lead committee rules.
And for the late communication, we have a communication from the Office of the Municipal Mayor dated December 2, 2025, endorsing for consideration the Sangguniang Bayan, reconsideration of the Sangguniang Bayan, the request to utilize the trust fund amounting to 630,000 to support the implementation of the Bagong Polomolok Christmas Festival Season 3, which is requested to be taken as urgent.
Urgent.
And for the late communication, for the committee reports, we have 9 reports calendar this morning. First of which is the joint report, 7th joint report of the Committee on Finance, Budget and Appropriations and Committee on Youth and Sports Development, subject calendar year 2025, SK annual budget of the following barangays, Palcan and Poblacion.
Committee on Finance.
For the 7th Joint Committee Report from the Committee on Finance, Budget and Appropriations, Committee on Youth and Sports Development, the subject is the calendar year 2025 Sangguniang Kabataan Supplemental Budget number 1 of the following barangays, Barangay Palcan and Barangay Poblacion. For the facts and findings, the above subject matter were referred to the herein undersigned Joint Committee for Review and Proper Action on November 18, 2025 during the 20th regular session of the 20th Sangguniang Bayan. The Joint Committee held a meeting on November 26, 2025 at 11:30 a.m. at the Session Hall of the Sangguniang Bayan building to discuss the budget. Present at the meeting were the committee members along with the SK officials from the respective barangays. Upon deliberation, the Joint Committee found the following facts. For the SK Barangay Palcan, that the concerned barangay has a supplemental budget number 1 in the amount of 55,000 pesos duly sourced from savings realized under the current appropriations. The aforementioned budget was appropriated as follows. For the promotion of culture and arts for the Binibining Palcan 2025 amounting to 30,000, for Purok thematic dance competition amounting to 25,000 with a total supplemental appropriation of 55,000. To strengthen SK Palcan's impact, the Council can continue prioritizing programs that are clear, manageable, and directly responsive to the community most urgent needs. By keeping initiatives intentionally simple and focused, resources can be allocated efficiently, ensuring that every project delivers meaningful benefits without unnecessary cost or complexity. For the SK Barangay Poblacion, that the concerned barangay has a supplemental budget number 1 in the amount of 1,456,223 pesos and 34 centavos, sourced from the 10% Sangguniang Kabataan share of the barangay's 2025 supplemental budget number 1, including 2024 surplus and savings from the current appropriations. The aforementioned budget was appropriated as follow. For the Mutya ng Malambuon, amounting to 244,000. For the Amazing Queen of Malambuon, amounting to 137,000. For opening of sports events, amounting to 30,000. For intercluster basketball tournament, 80,000. For intercluster recycled parol making, amounting to 70,000. For chess, amounting to 30,000. For inter-school first aid competition, 63,000. For laro ng lahi, 18,000. For employees night, amounting to 130,000. For celebrity night, amounting to 150,000. For mass dance competition, amounting to 86,000. For rental of lights and sounds with LED wall for 6 days, amounting to 180,000. For color fun run, amounting to 58,223 pesos and 34 centavos. For motor circuit, amounting to 65,000. For esports, 65,000. For culmination program amounting to 50,000, with a total supplemental appropriation of 1,456,223 pesos and 34 centavos. The committee finds that the Sangguniang Kabataan of Barangay Poblacion continues to demonstrate a high level of functionality and transparency in the execution of its duties. The leadership has shown consistent effort in ensuring that programs and activities are aligned with youth development priorities and that documentation and reporting requirements are substantially complied with. However, the committee also noted certain procedural lapses, particularly instances where expenditure were incurred prior to the formal approval of the required authorizing documents. While these lapses did not indicate misuse of funds, they reflect deviation from prescribed budgetary processes and internal controls. That committee emphasized the importance of strict adherence to financial procedures to ensure accountability, prevent administrative issues, and protect the integrity of SK operations. In response, the SK leadership acknowledged these shortcomings and regarded them as important lessons learned. They expressed their commitment to strengthening internal planning mechanism, improving timeline management, and reinforcing compliance with all mandated budgetary and documentary requirements. The committee appreciates this proactive stance and expects that corrective measures will be implemented moving forward to prevent recurrence and to further enhance the efficiency and governance standards of the SK Poblacion. For the recommendations with the foregoing considerations and there have been no more discussions and or objections thereto, the Joint Committee agreed to recommend the following. First, to adopt this committee report. Second, to pass a resolution approving the calendar year 2025 Sangguniang Kabataan Supplemental Budget number 1 of Barangay Palcan and Poblacion. And third is to consider the said resolution as one of the urgent measures in today's session. Reported by yours truly. Concurred by the Chairperson, Honorable Eleazar G. Overo, Honorable Calixto B. Salada, Honorable Ligaya R. Orbisido, Honorable Joe R. H. Falcon, Honorable Jerome Y. Ante, Honorable Billy Bert C. Baitus, and Honorable Dave M. Amor. So I move, Ms. Presiding.
Unless there's a motion for interpolation, the same is approved as read. Next.
Next is joint report, 9th joint report of the Committee on Land Use, Housing, Land Utilization, Zoning, Urban Planning, Public Works and Utilities, and Committee on Rules, Good Governance and Oversight, subject endorsement from the Office of the Municipal Planning and Development Coordinator dated November 19, 2025. Local Zoning Review Committee, all LZRC, Resolution number 001-2025, recommending approval on the request of DARBC for reclassification of the several lots from agri-zone to agri-industrial zone with a total area of 150,000 square meters located at Barangay Crossing, Palcan, this municipality.
Committee on Land Use.
Thank you, Madam Presiding. Peace and blessings. Maayong buntag sa tanan. It is a 9th Joint Committee Report, November 3, 2025. From and subject is already mentioned by the Secretary. Facts and findings. Number 1, that on November 25, 2025, during its 20th regular session, the 20th Sangguniang Bayan of Polomolok referred the above stated communication to the joint committees for appropriate action. Number 2, that on November 26, 2025, the joint committees convened at the Sangguniang Bayan Session Hall, attended by the chairpersons, vice chairpersons, and members of both committees, together with Engineer Dominador C. Kamiki Jr., Officer in Charge, MPDO, and Ms. Nestle B. Elisis, Municipal Assessor's Office. And from Darbisi representatives, Ma'am Pasita P. David, Business Development Consultant of Darbisi, Sir Albert Buer, Land Management, OIC, Board of Director Leo Birandoy, Land Committee, Board of Director Reynaldo Magbanwa, Legal Committee. Number 3, that the subject parcels of land situated at Barangay Crossing Palcan have a total combined area of 150,000 square meters, described as follows. Lot 3009 thus 80,011 square meter. Portion of lot 3010 21,112 square meters. Portion of lot 3004 28,655 square meters. Portion of lot 3005 20,222 square meters. Number 4, the said properties have long been planted with pineapple and are positioned in an area identified as suitable for agri-industrial expansion within the municipality development framework. Number 5, that the land reclassification is being requested to support Darbisi's modern pig farm, wind-to-finish farm project, which forms part of a broader initiative for agricultural modernization and value-added food production and strengthen food security of Municipality of Polomolok. Number 6, that the Environmental Management Bureau or AMB of the Department of Environment and Natural Resources, DENR, has already issued Environmental Compliance Certificate ECC number R12-2504-005 for the wind-to-finish piggery farm project of Darbisi to be located at Barangay Crossing Palcan, Polomolok, South Cotabato. Number 7, that the proposed project shall be undertaken in partnership with Charyun Pokhan Foods Philippines Corporation or CPF, a leading global food company widely recognized for its commitment to sustainable and climate-resilient farming practices, energy-efficient and biosecure technologies, strong environmental protection measures, and its green farm compliance standard promoting responsible and biosecure swine production. Number 8, that the joint committees also recognize the project's alignment with the food security program, particularly in partnership with CPF, addressing the following national priorities. A, disease control and prevention, especially ASF. A top priority as meaningful recovery in the swine industry cannot occur without effective ASF containment and biosecurity measures. B, repopulation and recovery. Supporting national efforts to restore the swine inventory significantly reduced by ASF outbreaks. C, price stabilization and affordability. Ensuring stable and affordable pork supply for consumers, particularly for essential household consumption and cultural significance of lechon and pork-based dishes. D. Modernization and competitiveness. Transitioning from traditional backyard system toward modern biosecure and commercially viable operations consistent with national livestock development strategies. Number 9, that the Local Zoning Review Committee or LZRC, in its evaluation and technical review report dated November 10, 2025, endorsed approval of the reclassification and noted that A. The land conversion will be processed at the national level of the DAR as the area involved exceeds 5 hectares. B. The proposed project will generate substantial economic opportunities including employment, local value adding, and high tax, land tax revenue. C. The use is compatible and feasible with existing land conditions and support agri-industrial development strategies under the CLUP. Number 10, that after comprehensive presentation by Ms. Pasita David of DAR BC, the question and answer portion and deliberations on the pros and cons, the Joint Committee found that the project to be technically sound, environmentally compliant, economically beneficial, and aligned with the municipal development priorities. Number 11, that the committees unanimously found that the request meritorious and favorable for approval, consistent with existing laws, zoning policies, and national regulatory requirements. Recommendations. In view of the foregoing, the Joint Committees unanimously recommend that this committee report be adopted and to pass a resolution approving the request of Doleville Agrarian Reform Beneficiaries Cooperative or DARBC for the reclassification of lot number 3009, a portion lot number 3010, a portion of lot number 3004, and a portion of lot number 3005 with a total area of 150,000 square meters located at Barangay Crossing Palcan, Polomolok, South Cotabato from agricultural zone to agri-industrial zone. To consider this matter as one of the urgent measures on today's session. Thank you, Madam Presiding.
Unless there's a motion for interpolation, the same is approved as read. Next.
Next is the first report, committee report from the Committee on Women, Family, Children's Welfare, and Gender Equality. Subject, Barangay Ordinance Number 5, Series of 2025 of Barangay 08, entitled An Ordinance Localizing the Implementation of RA Number 11313, otherwise known as the Safe Spaces Act or Anti-Bastos Law in Barangay 08.
Good morning, Madam Presiding Officer, and to my colleagues in this august body, as well as to everyone present today. It's a committee report coming from the Committee on Women, Family, Children's Welfare, and Gender Equality, subject of which is Barangay Ordinance Number 05, Series of 2025, o Barangay Silwa 8, entitled An Ordinance Localizing the Implementation of Republic Act Number 11313, otherwise known as the Safe Spaces Act or Anti-Bastos Law in Barangay Silwa 8, Polomolok, South Cotabato. Facts and findings. The above measure was referred to the hearing committee for proper action. The committee concerned held a meeting on August 13, 2025 for the consideration of the above measure. In attendance were the respective chairpersons, the vice chairpersons, committee members, and Barangay Captain Honorable Dante M. Cosep, Barangay Kagawad Honorable Kimberly May Juliera, and Honorable Romeo Calvo. During the committee's discussion, the members requested the proponent to revisit Republic Act number 11313, otherwise known as Safe Spaces Act or Anti-Bastos Law, to check whether provisions in localizing its implementations are in consonance with the said national law without prejudice of resubmitting the same. In its resubmission, the concerned committee found out that the proponent, together with the members, made the necessary corrections to align with the above-mentioned Republic Act. The committee finds this measure to be in order. Thereby, the recommendation to adopt this committee report, to pass a resolution approving Barangay Ordinance number 05, series of 2025, of Barangay Silway 8, entitled An Ordinance Localizing Implementation of Republic Act number 11313, otherwise known as the Safe Spaces Act or Anti-Bastos Law in Barangay Silway 8, Polomolok, South Cotabato, and to consider this matter as one of the urgent measures into this session. I will be proceeding, Madam Presiding, to the next report. Still coming from the Committee on Women, Family and Children's Welfare and Gender Equality, the subject of which is Barangay Ordinance number 06, series of 2025, o Barangay Silway 8, entitled An Ordinance Institutionalizing the Annual Celebration of Women's Month every March in Barangay Silway 8, Municipality of Polomolok, South Cotabato, and designating a day of the month for the programs and activities that promote women's empowerment, rights, and welfare. The above measure was referred to the herein committee for proper action. The committee concerned held a meeting for the consideration of the above measure. In attendance were the respective chairpersons, vice chairpersons, committee members, and barangay captain, Honorable Dante M. Cosep, Barangay Kagawad, Honorable Kimberly May Holiera, and Honorable Romeo Calvo. Honorable Kimberly May Holiera is the author of the Barangay Ordinance number 06, series of 2025, and Barangay Silway 8, Polomolok, South Cotabato. The following were discussed during the said committee meeting. The institutionalizing of the Women's Month celebration in barangay aims to sustain local awareness and advocacy on gender equality, women's empowerment, and elimination of gender-based discrimination. The designation of one specific day within March for the conduct of programs and activities ensures community participation and effective implementation of gender-related initiatives. The proposed ordinance has undergone proper consultation and deliberation at the barangay level and has received favorable endorsement from Barangay Council of Silway 8. The committee suggested that the specific date of the celebration within the month of March be clearly indicated to provide clarity and ensure uniform observance of scheduling of activities. But in the second resubmission of this or clarification from the proponent, it was found out that the municipality and also the provincial level has no definite date. Thereby, it would be all right for them to have a day for themselves. To adopt this committee report, to pass a resolution approving Barangay Ordinance number 6, series of 2025 of Barangay Silway 8, entitled An Ordinance Institutionalizing the Annual Celebration of Women's Month every March in Barangay Silway 8, Municipality of Polomolok, South Cotabato, and designating a day of the month for programs and activities that promotes women's empowerment, rights, and welfare. To consider this matter as one of the urgent measures into this session, reported by Honorable Ligaya Orbisido and concurred by Honorable Angelic Dave Costas, Honorable Calixto Bisalada, Honorable Dave Amor, and Honorable Jerome Ante. With this, Madam, I do move for the approval, in particular the recommendation portion. Thank you.
Reports number 3 and 4 by the Committee on Women are approved as read. Next.
The number 5 is also a joint report from the Committee on Environmental Protection, Natural Resources, Ecological and Solid Waste Management, and Disaster Risk Reduction and Climate Change, and Committee on Rules, Good Governance, and Oversight, and also that of number 6 of the same committee, coming from the same committee. And the first is Barangay Ordinance number 7, series of 2025 of Barangay Poblacion, entitled An Ordinance Prohibiting Littering, Dumping, Throwing of Garbage, Rubbish, or any kind of waste in public and private places of Barangay Poblacion. Polomolok South, Cotabato, and Ordinance number 10, Series of 2025, which is an ordinance institutionalizing the Barangay Kalinisan Code of Poblacion, Polomolok South, Cotabato.
Honorable Salada.
Thank you, Madam Presiding Officer. Good morning, everyone. First Joint Committee Report, December 3, 2025, from the Committee on Environmental Protection, Natural Resources, Ecological and Solid Waste Management, Disaster Risk Reduction and Climate Change, and Committee on Rules, Good Governance, and Oversight. Subject, as mentioned by the Secretary. Facts and findings, number 1. The 28th Sangguniang Bayan, in its 15th regular session, referred above stated measure to this joint committee on October 21, 2025 for appropriate action. On November 6, 2025, the committee convened to deliberate on the matter. The meeting was attended by the chairpersons, committee members, representatives of the Barangay Council of Poblacion, Polomolok South, Cotabato, particularly Honorable J. Mark F. Yungko, Honorable Annabel Baco Dignadisi, Honorable Melvin B. Dayot, Honorable Isidro J. Lundris, and all serving as barangay kagawads, and Mr. Daniel Dave Esquadra, staff from the Municipal Environment and Natural Resources Office, or MINRO. Number 3, the Joint Committee reviewed Barangay Ordinance number 7, series of 2025, and examined its provision imposing penalties of 500 pesos for the first offense, 800 pesos for second offense, and 1,000 pesos for the third offense. During the discussion, the committee noted that these amounts differ from the penalties prescribed under the relevant municipal ordinance. Kagawad Jungko, sponsor of the ordinance, clarified that the barangay ordinance was patterned after the municipal version except for the penalty structure. Number 4, the committee discussed whether barangay imposed penalties may legally differ from municipal rates and confirmed that the local government code authorized barangays to impose fines up to a maximum of 2,500, making the proposed penalties legally permissible. Number 5, the committee further observed that the ordinance lacks explicit legal citations, particularly references to Republic Act number 9003 or the Ecological Solid Waste Management Act of 2000, as well as to the applicable municipal ordinance. To ensure clarity, consistency, and enforceability, the committee recommends that this legal basis be expressly cited in the ordinance or in its accompanying resolution. Number 6, in the interest of enhancing legal accuracy, the committee suggests replacing the term assigned in Section 8 with deputized. Furthermore, the committee recommends rationalizing the penalty structure to a standard scale, 200 pesos for the first offense, 300 pesos for the second offense, and 500 pesos for third and all succeeding offenses, thereby ensuring consistency and providing income for the barangay. The imposition of community service as a penalty is discouraged, as it may be considered degrading or inconsistent with human rights principles. Number 7, the committee also emphasizes the importance of requiring community education and awareness initiatives and ensuring the ordinance's publication for public information. These measures will strengthen enforcement and help instill long-term behavioral change among residents. Number 8, barangay representatives committed to amending the ordinance in line with the committee's recommendations and pledged to submit the revised version within 7 days from the date of the meeting. Number 9, on November 14, 2025, and well within the reglementary period, the committee received the final amended copy of Ordinance Number 7, indicating full compliance with the directives issued. The committee reviewed the following reference documents: Draft Ordinance Number 10, Series of 2025, the minutes of the public hearing and its attendance sheet, photographs taken during the public hearing, the final copy of revised Barangay Ordinance Number 07. Now, as the authority to review and approve barangay ordinances rests within the Sangguniang Bayan, and considering that the revised ordinance is deemed valid, compliant with the requirements of the local government code, and aligned with the barangay's objectives of promoting environmental protection, safeguarding public welfare, and strengthening community resilience, the Joint Committee respectfully recommends its approval recommendations. Number 1, to adopt this committee report. Number 2, to pass a resolution approving Barangay Ordinance Number 07, Series of 2025 of Barangay Poblacion entitled An Ordinance Prohibiting Littering, Dumping, Throwing of Garbage, Rubbish, or any kind of waste in public and private places of Barangay Poblacion, Polomolok, South Cotabato, and providing penalties thereof. To consider this matter as one of the urgent measures on today's session. Reported by yours truly, concurred by Honorable Bilibert C. Baitus Jr., Honorable Elisa G. Jovero, Honorable Ligaya R. Bisido. So I move, Madam Presiding Officer.
The same report is approved as read.
Second Joint Committee Report, December 3, 2025, from the Committee on Environmental Protection, Natural Resources, Ecological and Solid Waste Management, Disaster Risk Reduction, Climate Change, and Committee on Rules, Good Governance, and Oversight. Subject as mentioned by the Secretary. Facts and findings. Number 1, the 20th Sangguniang Bayan in its 15th regular session referred the above stated measure to this joint committee on October 21, 2025 for appropriate action. Number 2, on November 6, 2025, the committee convened to deliberate on the matter. The meeting was attended by the chairpersons, committee members, representatives of the Barangay Council of Poblacion, Polomolok, South Cotabato, particularly Honorable Annabel Baco Dignadisi, Honorable Melvin Gayut, Honorable Isidro Lundres, and Honorable J. Mark Yonko, all serving as barangay gawads, and Mr. Dinel Dave Esquadra, staff from the Municipal Environment and Natural Resources Office. Number 3, the Joint Committee reviewed the provisions of Ordinance Number 10, particularly Section 10, which sets forth penalties for violations as follows: a verbal warning and orientation for the first offense, community service, or a fine of 300 to 500 pesos for the second offense, and 500 to 1,000 pesos plus 1 day of community service for the third offense, with business establishments subject to a 1,000 peso fine, and a report to the Municipal Environmental and Natural Resources Office for any violation. Number 4, the committee observed that the use of community service as a penalty is now strongly discouraged, as such measure may be considered degrading to individual dignity and inconsistent with human rights principles. Number 5, in view of these considerations, the committee recommends revising the penalty structure to adopt a more practical and income-generating approach, imposing fines of 200 pesos for the first offense, 500 pesos for the second offense, and 1,000 pesos for the third offense, and all succeeding offenses. Community service shall no longer be imposed as a form of penalty. Number 6, with respect to Section 11 on incentives and recognition, the committee noted that awards currently cover only the best household, best purok, and outstanding youth advocate for kalinisan. As business establishments are not included among the awardees, the committee recommends adding a best establishment category to ensure that enterprises contributing to cleanliness and community pride are likewise acknowledged. Number 7, the committee also found that the ordinance does not identify the office responsible for enforcing fines and penalties. After consultation with the proponent, it is recommended that the Punong Barangay be authorized to deputize enforcers for this purpose with the necessary provision to be inserted under Section 10. Number 8, regarding the allocation of funds under Section 12, the committee recommends appropriating a fixed amount of 500,000 pesos instead of simply stating that the barangay shall source funds from its annual investment plan or program and the Sangguniang Kabataan Fund. The reference to the ISKI fund shall be deleted, as the ISKI now enjoys fiscal autonomy and independently manages its resources. Section 12 shall be amended accordingly to reflect this adjustment. Number 9, to ensure clarity and completeness, the committee further recommends that the title of the ordinance and its supporting resolution be expanded by incorporating the phrase providing for its guidelines and penalties for violation and appropriating funds thereof. Thus, the title shall now read, An Ordinance Institutionalizing the Barangay Kalinisan Code of Poblacion, Polomolok, South Cotabato, providing for its guidelines and penalties for violation and appropriating funds thereof. Number 10, barangay representatives are committed to revising the ordinance in accordance with the committee's recommendations and pledge to submit the finalized copy within 7 days from the date of the meeting. On November 14, 2025, and well within the reglementary period, the committee received the final amended copy of Ordinance Number 10 in full compliance with its directives. Number 12, the committee reviewed the following references documents: Draft Ordinance Number 10, Series of 2025, minutes of the public hearing and its attendance sheet, photographs taken on the public hearing. And as the authority to review the approved barangay ordinance is vested in the Sangguniang Bayan, and the submitted ordinance, having been commended in accordance with the committee's recommendations, is found valid, compliant with the requirements of the local government code, and aligned with the barangay's objectives of promoting environmental protection, safeguarding public welfare, and strengthening community participation. The Joint Committee respectfully recommends its approval. Recommendations: number 1, to adopt this committee report. Number 2, to pass a resolution approving Barangay Ordinance Number 10, Series of 2025 of Barangay Poblacion, entitled An Ordinance Institutionalizing the Barangay Kalinisan Code of Poblacion, Polomolok, South Cotabato, providing for its guidelines and penalties for violation and appropriating funds thereof. Number 3, to consider this matter as one of the urgent measures on to decision. Reported by yours truly, concurred by the Honorable Belibert C. Baitos Jr., Honorable Elias Rovero, Honorable Ligaya R. Bisido. So I move, Madam Presiding Officer.
Said report is approved as read.
Number 7 is a joint report from the Committee on Health, Nutrition, and Sanitation, Committee on Rules, Good Governance, and Oversight, and Committee on Finance, Budget, and Appropriations, subject an ordinance allocating funds for the health insurance program of all barangay officials and barangay employees in Polomolok, South Cotabato in the amount of 172,500 pesos, and this will be followed by the joint report also from the Committee on Health, Nutrition, and Sanitation and Committee on Rules, Good Governance, and Oversight, subject Barangay Ordinance Number 8, Series of 2025 of Barangay Poblacion, entitled An Ordinance Providing for the Control and Elimination of Human and Animal Rabies of Barangay Poblacion, Polomolok, South Cotabato, prescribing penalties for violation thereof and appropriating funds thereof. And lastly, also coming from the same committees, is the Barangay Ordinance Number 9, Series of 2025, also of Barangay Poblacion, entitled An Ordinance Requiring All Households in Barangay Poblacion, Polomolok, South Cotabato, to comply Zero Open Defecation or ZOD, providing for its guidelines and penalties for violations and appropriating funds thereof.
First, Joint Committee Report, December 3, 2025, from the Committee on Health, Nutrition, and Sanitation, Committee on Rules, Good Governance, and Oversight, and Committee on Finance, Budget, and Appropriations, subject, as mentioned by the Secretary. Facts and findings. On October 14, 2025, the 20th Sangguniang Bayan, in its 14th regular session, referred this measure to the herein committees for proper action. On October 22, 2025, the Joint Committee convened to deliberate on the matter. The meeting was attended by the chairpersons, vice chairpersons, committee members, and resource persons. Eleanor C. Magbanwa, Municipal Local Government Operations Officer, Department of Interior and Local Government, MLGOO, DILG, Municipal Budget Officer, Beverly T. Perdido, and Municipal Accountant, Eunice Bayan. Also in attendance were Honorable Dante M. Cosip, Barangay Captain of Silway 8, Honorable Beatrice Esposado, Representative of Barangay Cannery Site, and proponent, Honorable JCG Buntoyan, Liga ng mga Barangay President. Before the deliberation, the committee asked the proponent for the legal basis or Association of Barangay Captains Board resolution and minutes with pictures supporting the ordinance, as none was attached, and sought clarification on whether that funding would come from the aid to Liga ng mga Barangays or ABCs. In the discussion, the Joint Committee noted that under Section 393 of the Local Government Code, barangay officials are entitled to accident, disability, death, and burial insurance, RE 6942, free medical care in government hospitals, and reimbursements of up to 5,000 pesos for private hospital treatment. These benefits apply only to barangay officials, including barangay employees such as encoders and staff in the proposed health insurance ordinance is not legally supported. Number 5, MLGOO Magbanwa clarified that health maintenance organizations or HMOs, health insurance coverage is not an allowable benefit under Section 393. Even local government units cannot procure HMO packages for officials. Only accident insurance with government services insurance system is permitted. Number 6, the committee discussed group accident insurance programs from the Philippine Red Cross, noting that while they provide coverage, they are not explicitly authorized under the local government code. Charging these programs to barangay funds would raise legal uncertainties and could lead to audit findings. Number 7, concerns were raised regarding transparency in using aid to Liga ng mga Barangays or Association of Barangay Captains funds. Past Commission on Audit findings showed funds transferred without proper documentation. COA advises that all ABCs related procurement follow standard procedures, and using these funds for insurance could result in audit disallowances. Number 8, financial limitations were also noted. Only a few barangays such as Canirisite and Magsaysay have sufficient funds to grant medical allowances. Most barangays lack the budget to support even allowable benefits under Section 393, making coverage for employees financially unfeasible. The proposed amount of 172,500 pesos is also insufficient to cover both officials and employees under any health maintenance organization's health insurance program. Number 9, while recognizing the proponent's intent to support the health and welfare of barangay personnel, the committee found that legal, procedural, and financial constraints making this ordinance a problematic. Welfare initiatives must comply with the local government code. Number 10, the committee concluded that extending health maintenance organizations' health insurance to barangay employees has no legal basis, and even for officials. Health maintenance organizations' health insurance are not allowable expenditures. The only permissible insurance is government service insurance system, accident insurance. Universal health insurance coverage already provides basic health protection, reducing the need for private insurance. Number 11, after review, the committee recommends disapproval of the proposed ordinance allocating 172,500 pesos for a health insurance program covering barangay officials and employees. The proposal lacks legal basis, includes employees not covered under Section 393 and poses audit risks. The amount is insufficient to sustain the program. Number 12, however, the committee likewise recommends revising the measure to comply with existing laws such as providing government service insurance system, accident insurance, exclusively for barangay officials, granting medical allowances up to 7,000 pesos per year subject to available funds, or utilizing existing reimbursement mechanisms under the local government code. Number 13, the draft of proposed ordinance was the only document reviewed and served as basis for deliberation. In view of these findings, the committee finds it sufficient basis to disapprove the proposed ordinance as it provides benefits without legal authorization, exists fiscal capacity, and may compromise transparency and accountability. Recommendations: to adopt this committee report, to pass a resolution disapproving the ordinance allocating funds for the health insurance program of all barangay officials and barangay employees in Polomolok, South Cotabato, in the amount of 172,500. 3, to consider this matter as one of the urgent measures on today's session. Reported by yours truly, concurred by Honorable Ligaya Arbisido, Honorable Eliasa G. Hubero, Honorable Bilibert C. Baitos, Honorable Antonio Octavio, Honorable Jora Falcon, Honorable Angelique D. Costas. So I move, Madam Presiding.
The same is approved as read. Next.
Second Joint Committee Report, December 3, 2025, Committee on Health, Nutrition and Sanitation, and Committee on Rules, Good Governance and Oversight, subject as mentioned by the Secretary. Facts and findings. Number 1, the 20th Sangguniang Bayan in its 15th regular session referred the above stated measure to this Joint Committee on October 21, 2025 for appropriate action. On November 6, 2025, the committee convened to deliberate on the matter. The meeting was attended by the chairpersons, vice chairperson, committee members, and representatives of Barangay Council of Barangay Poblacion, Polomolok, South Cotabato, particularly the Honorable Annabel Baco Dignadisi, Honorable Melvin B. Dayot, Honorable Isidro Lundres, Honorable G. Mark Yungko, all serving as barangay kagawads. Also present were Lord G. Constantino, RN, Administrative Officer, Head Liaison Officer of Bagong Polomolok Municipal Health Office Primary Care Facility, and Office of the Municipal Agriculture in the person of Mr. Samson Dumawan. Number 3, during the discussion, it was clarified that the ordinance is intended to address not only animal rabies, but also human rabies. This was underscored by a case in Barangay Poblacion where an individual was bitten by a rabid dog and required treatment, thereby highlighting the risk of human infection. Number 4, after a comprehensive review of each section of the proposed ordinance, the Joint Committee hereby submits the following observations and recommendations. In Section 2, concerning the composition of Barangay Rabies Prevention and Control Committee, it was noted that no representative from any civil society organization or non-governmental organization or people's organization is included. The committee recommends that adding such representation to improve access to information and strengthen the performance of related functions. B, for Section 5, the title should be revised to Alaga Mo, Itali, Dumi at Kagat, Pananagutan Mo, to reflect the owner's responsibility for animal waste and apply to both dogs and cats by removing the word aso. Letter C, within Section 6, particularly its last sentence, notifications regarding dogs affected with rabies originally directed to the Bagong Polomolok Municipal Health Office Primary Care Facility or Barangay Sub-Health Office should instead be addressed to the Office of the Municipal Agriculturist as clarified by representatives of both Municipal Agriculture Office and Bagong Polomolok Municipal Health Office Primary Care Facility. Letter D, as to Section 7, notices regarding the death, loss, or transfer of a cat or dog previously directed to the Bagong Polomolok Municipal Health Primary Care Facility or Barangay Health Office should be submitted to the Office of the Municipal Agriculture, the proper authority for animal-related interventions. The Bagong Polomolok Municipal Health Office Primary Care Facility remains involved in cases of human bite victims. Regarding Section 12, the committee observed that no initial budget has been provided for implementation. It therefore recommends an appropriation of 300,000 pesos to support the ordinance. Number 5, the representatives of Barangay Poblacion committed to revising the ordinance in line with the committee's recommendations and pledged to submit the finalized copy within 7 to 10 days from the meeting. On November 14, 2025, within the reglementary period, the committee received the amended copy of Barangay Ordinance Number 8 in full compliance with its directives. Number 7, the committee reviewed the following reference documents: Draft Ordinance Number 08, Series of 2025, minutes of the public hearing with attendance sheet, photographs taken during public hearings, and final copy of the revised Ordinance Number 08, Series of 2025. Recommendations to adopt this committee report: to pass a resolution approving Barangay Ordinance Number 08, Series of 2025 of Barangay Poblacion entitled An Ordinance Providing for the Control and Elimination of Human Animal Rabies of Barangay Poblacion, Polomolok, South Cotabato, prescribing penalties for violation and appropriating funds thereof, to consider this matter as one of the urgent measures on today's session. So I move, Madam Presiding.
The same is approved as read.
Third Joint Committee Report, December 3, 2025, from the Committee on Health, Nutrition, and Sanitation, Committee on Rules, Good Governance, and Committee on Rules, Good and Oversight. Subject, as mentioned by the Secretary, facts and findings, the 20th Sangguniang Bayan, in its 15th regular session, referred the above stated measure to this Joint Committee on October 21, 2025. On November 6, 2025, the committee convened to deliberate on the matter. The meeting was attended by the chairpersons, vice chairpersons, committee members, and representatives of Barangay Council of Poblacion, Polomolok, South Cotabato, particularly the Honorable Annabel Baco Dignadisi, Honorable Melvin Dayot, Honorable Isidro G. Lumayag, Honorable G. Mark Yungko, all serving as Barangay Kagawad. Also present were Lord G. Constantino and Cheryl Ann Louie, Sanitary Inspector, and from the Bagong Polomolok Municipal Health Office Primary Care Facility. After Section 1 to 3 were found to have no objections and Where thus cleared, the Joint Committee proceeded to review Section 4. During the discussion, questions were raised regarding the Sanitation Task Force, particularly its authority to issue sanitation clearances. It was clarified that the issuance of such clearances falls under the responsibility of Barangay Sanitary Inspectors, or BSIs. At present, 3 BSIs are assigned to the barangay. The committee recommends strengthening Sanitation Task Force under Section 5 by including representatives from non-government organizations, civil society organizations, and people's organizations to broaden and enhance community participation and support more effective implementation. Number 5, regarding the provisions on fines and penalties under Section 8, the committee expressed no objection except to the inclusion of community service within the barangay. The committee recommends its deletion as it is considered degrading to individual dignity and inconsistent with human rights principles. Number 6, with respect to budget and appropriation under Section 9, the committee recommends allocating an amount of 250,000 pesos for the implementation and monitoring of the Zero Authentication Ordinance, including the conduct of information, education, and communication activities. Number 7, Barangay Poblacion representatives committed to supervising the ordinance in accordance with the committee's recommendations and pledged to submit the finalized version within 7 days from the date of the meeting. On November 13, 2025, and within the reglementary period, the committee received the final amended copy, Barangay Ordinance Number 9, confirming full compliance and its directives. The committee reviewed the following references: Draft Ordinance Number 9, photographs, and attendance sheet. The Joint Committee finds Barangay Ordinance Number 9 series of 2025 necessary and beneficial in strengthening the barangay sanitation standards, improving public health, and supporting compliance with the national Zero Authentication goals. With the recommended revisions and clarifications incorporated, the committee endorses the ordinance for its approval. The recommendations: to adopt this committee report. Number 2, to pass a resolution approving Barangay Ordinance Number 9 series of 2025 of Barangay Poblacion entitled An Ordinance Requiring All Households in Barangay Poblacion, Polomolok, South Cotabato to comply Zero Authentication, providing for its guidelines and penalties for violation and appropriating funds thereof. Number 3, to consider this matter as one of the urgent measures in today's session. Reported by yours truly, concurred by the Honorable Ligaya R. Abisido, Honorable Elisa Hovero, Honorable Antonio Octavio, Honorable Bilibert Baitos, Honorable Angelique Clive Costas. So I move, Madam Presiding Officer.
Said report is approved as read. Next.
For the calendar of business, unfinished business, we have none. For the business for the day, second reading. For our urgent matters, we have 17 measures considered urgent. First of which is the letter from our municipal mayor respectfully requesting this August body for the passage of a resolution authorizing our local chief executive to enter into a data turnover agreement with the Philippine Statistics Authority and to sign other documents related thereto to formalize the turnover of data gathered during the 2025 Census of Population and Community-Based Monitoring System, or CBMS.
Any motion now? Honorable Salada.
I move to pass a resolution authorizing the municipal mayor, Honorable Bernie D. Palencia, to enter into a data turnover agreement with Philippine Statistics Authority and to sign other documents related thereto to formalize the turnover of data gathered during the 2025 Census of Population and Community-Based Monitoring System, or CBMS.
It has been moved and unanimously seconded. The same is approved. Next.
Next urgent is the request also of our municipal mayor for the passage of a resolution authorizing our local chief executive to enter into MOA with the DTI South Cotabato for the continued operation of the Negosyo Center in Polomolok and to sign other documents related thereto.
Honorable Falcon.
Madam Presiding, I move to pass a resolution authorizing the Municipal Mayor, Honorable Bernie D. Palencia, to enter into a memorandum of agreement with the Department of Trade and Industry, South Cotabato, for the continued operation of the Negosyo Center in Polomolok and to sign other documents related thereto. So I move.
It has been moved and unanimously seconded. The same is approved. Next.
Number 3 is also a request from our municipal mayor for the conduct of a special session on December 19, 2025 at 8:30 in the morning at the Municipal Gymnasium for the planned State of the Municipal Address or SOMA of our local chief executive.
Are there any comments? If none, I think this is okay with the body, so the same is granted. Next.
And number 4 is also a resolution, a request for resolution for the Sangguniang Bayan for the approval and adoption of the calendar year 2025 Supplemental Annual Investment Plan or AIP number 5 amounting to 20,100,000 pesos of our municipality.
Committee on Finance, Honorable Jovero.
Thank you, Madam Presiding. So, I move now to pass a resolution approving the Annual Investment Plan 2025 Supplemental Annual Investment Plan AIP number 5 of the Municipality of the Polomolok in the amount of 20 million pesos.
It has been moved and unanimously seconded. The same is approved. Next.
Next urgent is the local governance canvas for 2025 to 2028, together with the Municipal Development Council minutes of the meeting and the corresponding MDC resolution for information and appropriate action of the Honorable Sangguniang Bayan.
Any motion for the canvas? We have discussed about this last Monday or the other Monday as our basis for our legislative agenda. Sa rules na lang, Honorable Salada.
Thank you, Madam Presiding. I move to pass a resolution adopting the local governance canvas LGC 2025 to 2028, together with the MDC minutes of the meeting and the corresponding MDC resolution
Any second?
on unanimous sponsorship.
It has been moved and seconded. The same is approved. Next.
Next is a resolution authored by Councilor Falcon commending and congratulating Miguel Francisco Pamintuan Lapid of Barangay Magsaysay, Polomolok, South Cotabato for bringing honor to the municipality of Polomolok by winning the Best Team Award in the 19th CITEA Cup Robotic Tournament Creative Technology Robotic Competition in Hong Kong last November 23, 2025.
Honorable Falcon.
Thank you, Honorable Presiding. I move to pass a resolution commending and congratulating Miguel Francisco Pamintuan Lapid of Barangay Magsaysay, Polomolok, South Cotabato for bringing honor to the municipality of Polomolok by winning the Best Team Award in the 19th CTEA Cup Robotic Tournament Creative Technology Robotic Competition in Hong Kong last November 23, 2025. So I move, Madam Chair.
It has been moved and unanimously seconded. The same is approved.
Madam Chair,
Yes,
I
Honorable Falcon.
manifest that all the 20th Sangguniang would be co-authors.
Please take note, Secretariat.
Okay, noted, Madam Presiding.
Let's proceed.
The next urgent is the communication from our municipal mayor, the late communication, for consideration by the Sangguniang Bayan, the request to utilize the trust fund amounting to 630,000 pesos to support the implementation of the Bagong Polomolok Christmas Festival Season 3. Christmas Festival Season 3.
Honorable Jovero.
I move now to pass a resolution giving authority to the Chief Executive to use the trust fund to utilize for our Christmas festive activities.
Has been moved and seconded by Honorable Salada. The same is approved.
And then the number 10 urgent is the endorsement from the Office of the MPDC dated November 19, 2025. Read the Local Zoning Review Committee LZRZ Resolution Number 001-25-2025 recommending approval of the request of DARBC for reclassification of the several lots from agri-zone to agri-industrial zone with a total area of 150,000 square meters located at Barangay Crossing Palcan, this municipality.
Yung sa finance pa, number 1, yung sa SK na
Yes,
report.
sorry.
Oo.
I skip it. So, again is calendar year 2025, SK annual budget of Barangay Palcan and Poblacion.
Honorable Costas.
On omnibus motion, I move for the approval of a resolution approving the supplemental budget number 1 of the Barangay Palcan amounting to 55,000 and for the Barangay Poblacion amounting to 1,456,223 pesos and 34 centavos. So authored by Honorable Eleazar Giovero, co-authored by yours truly and co-sponsors all committee members.
It has been moved and seconded by Honorable Arbisido. The same is approved. Next.
Again, as I have read already, it's about the DARBC's request for reclassification of several lots from agri-zone to agri-industrial zone.
Honorable Baitus.
Once again, thank you again, Madam Presiding. I move now to pass a resolution approving the request of Dolphin Agrarian Reform Beneficiaries Cooperative or DARBC for the reclassification of lot number 3009, a portion of lot number 3010, a portion of lot number 3004, and a portion of lot number 3005 with a total area of 150,000 square meters located at Barangay Crossing Palcan, Polomolok, South Cotabato, from agricultural zone to agri-industrial zone. Author, Honorable Bilibert C. Baitus Jr., co-authors, Honorable Calexto B. Salada, MD, Honorable Eleazar G. Jovero, co-sponsors, all members of the joint committees. So I respectfully move, Madam Presiding.
Before the approval, may we ask the previous chair on the committee on land use, because this is a resolution, it should be ordinance, right? Honorable Salada. 5-minute recess. There's a pending motion. Any second to the motion? It has been moved and seconded by Honorables Amor Orbisido, Octavio, Salada, Falcon, Costas, and Hovero. The same is approved.
Thank you, Madam Presiding.
So next urgent is the Barangay Ordinance Number 5, Series of 2025 of Barangay Silway 8, entitled an ordinance localizing the implementation of RA 11313, otherwise known as the Safe Spaces Act or Anti-Bastos Law in Barangay Silway 8, and followed by Barangay Ordinance Number 6 of the same barangay, entitled an ordinance institutionalizing the annual celebration of Women's Month every March in Barangay Silway 8, Municipality of Polomolok, South Cotabato, and designating one day of the month for programs and activities that promote women's empowerment, rights, and welfare.
Madam Presiding.
Honorable Orbisido is recognized.
Okay, this representation is moving for the passage of resolution approving Barangay Ordinance Number 5, Series of 2025 of Barangay Silway 8, entitled an ordinance localizing the implementation of Republic Act Number 11313, otherwise known as the Safe Spaces Act or Anti-Bastos Law in Barangay Silway 8, and also the Ordinance Number 6, Series of 2025 of the same barangay, an ordinance institutionalizing the annual celebration of Women's Month every March in Barangay Silway 8, Municipality of Polomolok, South Cotabato, and designating one day for the month for the programs, activities that promote women's empowerment and rights and welfare.
It has been moved and seconded by Honorables Amor and Hovero, Salada, Octavio, and Falcon. Obaitus, the same is approved. Let's proceed.
And the next urgent is Barangay Ordinance Number 7, Series of 2025 of Barangay Poblacion, entitled an ordinance prohibiting littering, dumping, throwing of garbage, rubbish, or any kind of waste in public and private places, Barangay Poblacion, Polomolok South, Cotabato, followed by Ordinance Number 10, Series of 2025 of the same barangay, which is an ordinance institutionalizing the Barangay Kalinisan Code of Poblacion, Polomolok South, Cotabato.
Honorable Salada.
Thank you, Madam Presiding. I move to pass a resolution approving Barangay Ordinance Number 07, Series of 2025 of Barangay Poblacion, Polomolok South, Cotabato, entitled an ordinance prohibiting littering, dumping, throwing of garbage, rubbish, or any kind of waste in public and private places of Barangay Poblacion, Polomolok South, Cotabato, and providing penalties thereof. Author, Honorable Calixto B. Salada. Authors, Honorable Bilibert C. Baitos Jr., Honorable Elisa G. Hovero. Co-sponsors, all Honorable Sangguniang Bayan members of the Joint Committee. So I move, Madam Presiding.
It has been moved and seconded. The same is approved.
Next, I move to pass a resolution approving Barangay Ordinance Number 10, Series of 2025 of Barangay Poblacion, entitled an ordinance institutionalizing the Barangay Kalinisan Code of Poblacion, Polomolok South, Cotabato, providing for its guidelines and penalties for violation and appropriating funds thereof. So I move, Madam Presiding.
It has been moved and seconded by Honorable Orbisido, Amor, and Overo. The same is approved.
Author, yours truly, co-authors, Honorable Billy C. Baitos Jr., Honorable Elisa G. Hovero, and co-sponsors, all SB members of the joint committees. Next, I move to pass a resolution, ako na lang, Sec, approving Barangay Ordinance Number 08, Series of 2025 of Barangay Poblacion, entitled an ordinance providing for the control and elimination of human and animal rabies of Barangay Poblacion, Polomolok South, Cotabato, prescribing penalties for violation and appropriating funds thereof. Author, Honorable Calixto B. Salada. Co-authors, Honorable Elisa G. Hovero, Honorable Eligaya R. Bisido. Co-sponsors, all Honorable SB members of the Joint Committee. So I move, Madam Presiding.
It has been moved. Unless there's an objection, the same is approved.
Next, I move to pass a resolution disapproving the ordinance allocating funds for the health insurance program of all barangay officials and barangay employees in Polomolok, South Cotabato in the amount of 172,500 pesos. Your author, yours truly, co-authors, Honorable Eliasar G. Jovero, Honorable Ligaya Arbisido, co-sponsors, all honorable SB members of the joint committee. So I move, Madam Presiding.
Been moved and seconded. The same is approved.
I move, Madam Presiding, I move to pass a resolution approving Barangay Ordinance Number 09, Series of 2025 Barangay Poblacion entitled An Ordinance requiring all households in Barangay Poblacion, Polomolok, South Cotabato to comply zero open defecation or ZOD, providing for its guidelines and penalties for violation and appropriating funds thereof. The author, Honorable Calixto B. Salada, MD, Honorable co-authors, Honorable Elisa Jovero, Honorable Ligaya Arbisido, co-sponsors, Honorable SB members of the Joint Committee. So I move, Madam Presiding.
It has been moved and seconded. The same is approved.
Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Salada. Let's proceed.
For the calendar of business and for the scheduled second reading, we have none. Third and final reading, none. Unassigned business, none. Let's go now to the announcement.
Please stay after the session. We will talk about the Christmas party on Friday very quickly. Thank you. So let's adjourn 10:32. Mayor announcement? Okay.
Yes, we have a letter from our municipal mayor dated December 1, 2025, addressed to this august body. So the Honorable Vice Mayor, gentlemen and ladies, we respectfully invite your good office to the year-end council meeting of the Task Force Polomolok Kaligtasan, Kalusugan, Kabuhayan, scheduled on December 11, 2025 from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. at the Sikada Conference, Kalsangi. This meeting aims to present and validate the enhanced action plans of each committee, consolidate this into unified TFP4K roadmap for 2026, and finalize responsibilities, timelines, resource requirements, and needed policy issuances. The activity will also seek commitments from LGU offices, private sector partners, cooperatives, and CSO to ensure a cohesive and well-supported implementation for the coming year. Cross-cutting needs such as data repositories, capacity development, resource mobilization, and interagency coordination will likewise be addressed. Thank you, and we look forward to your response.
Honorable Falcon.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Committee on Cooperatives, 1:30 today.
Wala na? Wala na? If none, this session is adjourned 10:33. Let's rise for the closing prayer. By Honorable Buntuyan.
Let us pray. Almighty God, as we conclude this session today, we ask your guidance and wisdom to continue to lead us in our service to the people. Grant us the strength to make decisions that just and fair, and help us to always prioritize the well-being of our community. May we always be mindful of our responsibilities and duties as public servants, and we will work together to harmony for the common good. Bless our constituents with peace, prosperity, and good health. As we adjourn to this session, we offer our gratitude for your guidance and protections, and may your divine lights continue to illumine our path as we strive to create a better future for us. We ask all this in your holy name. Amen.
Thank you, everyone.